The aim is to eat the rainbow, aim for every single color, aim for lots of different fruits, lots of different vegetables, other different types of plant foods. Aim for something you've never tried before. So then that's really the best way to expand that. 30 does sound like a lot, but then by incorporating different types of plant foods, it can actually, it's not overly difficult. So just make sure that if you, by eating a diverse amount of foods, you keep your gut microbiome working. Because if you don't eat a lot of different varieties of foods, they're not going to have a job to do, and you're going to lose them. So that's why that variety is key.
I love that, Will. It's really great info. I also just want to say it's not a lot of them either. So for me, it was introducing a teaspoon of, something new. So it wasn't, necessarily making a whole meal with everything new. It's just, grab a new nut or have a teaspoon of kimchi, just something different.
Yes, 100%. That's exactly right. So it's not that you need to eat a meal with 30 different types of foods. So remember, this is over a week. And I've just popped up here. This is a simple checklist that you can actually find from Dietitian Connection. It's a website. If you just do a Google search, you'll be able to find it. But there's lots of other varieties of this type of checklist. So this was promoted for a gut health month a year or two ago. And it's just a simple checklist with a whole host of vegetables. Now, the main idea is you don't need a checklist with every single plant food ever. That would be massive. So the idea is just that you take a look at the amount and the variety of the plant foods. Things like veggies, fresh herbs, nuts and seeds, some different grains, some fruits, and even beans and legumes. These are all different types of plant foods. And just by looking at a checklist similar to this, you can actually starting to take a look at where you're at. Be like, oh yeah, I've eaten this, this, and this. And by the end of the week, you're like, oh yeah, I'm around 30. Or it's like, oh yeah, I'm only maybe hitting 10 or 12. So it can give you a bit of a baseline idea of how to incorporate them. And again, they don't have to be full vegetarian meals. It's as simple as what Joe mentioned, adding some fresh herbs, using some different nuts and seeds, trying something a little bit different. So it's not as hard as it sounds.
I could see that on my fridge. I think I need to print that and have it right there for me to tick off.
Excellent. Yes, that's a great idea. It's not you need to do it all the time, but then yeah, it gives you a good starting point.